Can Iman Gadzhi actually change your life? Well, stick around and find out. What is going on, guys? It's Osiris and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Osiris, and today we're going to be talking about quite a special video. So in 2022, it's been really quite a special year. I got my bachelor's degree in computer science. I'm working in one of the best auditing firms in the world, and yeah, the only thing that was missing is how can I improve my life? Obviously, normally people on TikTok would be focusing on, oh, if you're doing this and that, you're practically part of the matrix or the rat race, so to say. But here's how he changed my life. So before I get to that, I just want to say that I've been obviously in this space for quite a while, ranging from the whole pickup artist, self-help, relationship advice, everything, Red Pill, I've been there. But obviously the way Iman Gadzhi basically creates his content is more based on character, in my opinion. So obviously the first one that obviously stood out to me a lot was Monk Mode. Monk Mode, obviously, I won't lie, it's a very, 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 very difficult journey to take for one man, especially with the non-negotiables that one has to follow. It's not very easy, but what I've heard is when you come out on the other side, you become a totally different man. I currently am still in monk mode. I am struggling with one non-negotiable though, is, my non-negotiable, obviously, I don't have a problem with alcohol. I don't actually drink alcohol as much, but it would be, self-pleasure, if that makes sense, porn addiction, etc. That is the only one non-negotiable that I feel is quite a challenge. At least for me, I'm not too sure. But in my opinion, if I had to give the same advice to somebody else, is follow the same journey. Iman Gadzhi was able to create massive changes after the monk mode, and if he could, why can't we? So obviously, from what I've seen so far, I started my monk mode journey in middle October, officially middle October, and it's actually been quite a journey. It's not easy, especially isolating yourself from the world, especially from your friends and your family. It's quite a journey, but you learn quite a lot about yourself, and it's not really just about like what you get on the other side, like money, more women, etc. But it's basically the character, and that's the point I'm trying to drive across with Iman Gadzhi. The next point, obviously, I want to focus on is habits. So he has a whole lot of habit videos, too many. So I'm just going to basically compile everything into what obviously applied to me and what could apply to you, the viewer, or whoever's watching this video. The 7 habits I know that would benefit myself and the other viewers that are watching from Iman Gadzhi would be, first one, reading. Reading obviously is a very important skill that every man should do. I feel like even if you don't read, just read something. Reading really expands the mind, and people might seem like it's corny and whatnot, but reading actually is important, ranging from psychology books or self-help books, but basically you expand your mind, you learn new things, and you learn from other people's experiences for free. For example, a noteworthy book would obviously be Think and Grow Rich. Most people have claimed that once reading that book, it has changed their life and how they view money and manifestation completely. So if every man could get and read a book, what's stopping you? Everybody claims, and everybody, including myself, wants to be a high-value man, but how can one achieve high value if you don't have high-value characteristics within yourself? The second point in characteristics I want to talk about is having an abundance mindset. Obviously, at this point, I'm still, for myself, I would say, I'm still working on that, My YouTube channel is in its early phases, and I do have a lot of content I want to put out on this channel. Having an abundance mindset is super important. From my story, I realized that I wasn't really confident in myself. I never really had that there was more to life. And obviously, when I started this work, when I started my job, I realized that there is more to life, If Iman Gadzhi was here, he would probably say that anything and everything you want to achieve in life is 100% possible as long as you change that, as long as you can sort of see. So having an abundance mindset and knowing that you can achieve everything that you put your mind to, what's to stop you? The only person who can stop you is yourself. So thinking that you can achieve, thinking that you can get another woman or just more opportunities in life, just thinking that there's more to life and life has so much more to give us and to offer us. All we need to do is obviously change our mindset. The third mindset is meditating every single day. Meditating, I've meditated since 2020 and I won't lie, it has really changed my life. It has made me more calm, although I'm still anxious and I overthink a lot, but it has really changed my life for quite a bit. Meditating has too many benefits, and I know I've heard a lot of stories that people say that they fall asleep. It's similar to working out. How can one just meditate and expect life to be better? It's a process. It's not going to be a one-day thing and it's done. It took me 2 years to understand that meditation really does put you one with yourself. It does make you one with yourself, and that obviously changed my life a lot. The fourth value or habit is having high values. So having high values, obviously being a man of character, being a man who can stick to his word, not saying yes a lot, being a high value man. And I'm not talking about what the Red Bull entails. Just a man who has seen days, who has been through a lot. A man who's been through hell. If you've created those types of characteristics within yourself and knowing that you have high values and you've learned from those mistakes, really, there's nothing you can do. All you can do is just be a better man. Before we head into the next point, I actually want to touch on the previous point, having honesty and having a good identity within. That also adds to the high value and to the high characteristics. The fifth point I want to drive across is having a high income. Obviously, Iman has his own way of creating a high income, but he drives the point across so much that it's so important, and he's right. The world is actually is going downhill. So that's why also in my videos I wanted to say that I want to try getting a high income. I will get a high income, and for that, obviously, I've decided to choose dropshipping. Even though that I know people have saying the low profit margins, all that stuff, it's crazy. I know. I could try SSMA, but I decided I think I'm more comfortable with that, I guess. But having a high income is so important. Not just for the fact of having money for the glitz and the glamour, the cars and the watches, but also for the fact that you can have time and location freedom. That is truly important. And obviously in the next video, I'll obviously explain why, but I say that every man needs to have some sort of freedom. It's very important. I need my own freedom too. And that's why I've decided I chose that route. I'm still in the early phases. Obviously, I feel like I need to sort of document my journey too. It's important so that maybe I could inspire somebody out there who is in my boat and who just wants to not just make a high income, but basically have all the sorts of freedom in his life. Obviously, that's how I found Iman. I was at work one day and I was wondering that this just can't be it, bro. Doing IT at work it's great, it's fantastic, but it's just it, fixing machines, and there has to be more to that. So acquiring a high income is super important. The sixth habit is facing the boy. I feel like a lot of men out there just haven't faced the boy. There's no way one person can change their life but to change the boy. I know everybody's changed, everybody's story is different, but if you haven't faced your own troubles and your own adversities, if you haven't gone through enough adversity, you haven't learned, you haven't grown. I've been through quite a lot, especially, coming from South Africa, being raised by an African family. It's quite challenging. There's a whole bunch of traditions you have to unlearn and basically pave your own way, especially being the only son. There's a lot of pressures, but that's a video for another day. But for now, what I want to say is it's very imperative that every man out there faces the boy. If you don't face the boy, you're just going to be like a shell of a man, you know? It's very important that everybody heals from within. I know that might sound corny, but that's the truth. If one does not heal, how the hell are we gonna grow? The seventh habit is just having pure stability. I was gonna say investing, but obviously I'm not at that stage yet. I'm still obviously within the mental war, the self-mental war. So having stability is very important. If one part of your life is in shambles, everything else is just gonna be in shambles and everything's just gonna crumble within you. So it's very important to have stability, to have basically grounding and a good foundation within yourself. And that's why we shouldn't just watch these types of content from Iman or the dating side or the red pill, anything. It's so important to just have a good foundation from within. Even if you come from a bad background, I mean, look at Iman. He's had a bad childhood, but he was able to leverage off that and create a crazy transformation and have an amazing life that he's living. And you can too. Everybody can. I can too. So it's so important that everybody just fixes themselves and just fix the foundation. And once you have that stability in life, anything is possible. So in conclusion, I do believe that Iman Gadzhi can actually change your life. But the reason why my point is he can't change your life is if you don't change your life. Obviously, we can watch all the videos, read all the books, listen to all the podcasts, but if you don't want to change your life, if you don't have that inner drive from within to be like, I'm sick of the way I'm living, I want to change my life, your life will never change. That's why I'm 100% truly grateful for all the things that Iman has done and taught us in this community. And he's done it with with being humble, you know. It's very rare to find people like that who's without the I made this, I did that shit, you know. I mean, yes, I do believe that everybody you should be grateful for everything that you have. Basically be grateful for the opportunities that you've done for yourself. But being humble and being a man of character matters so much, you know. I also give myself a challenge, you know. I want to be a millionaire very soon. I will be a millionaire very soon. It's a crazy, outrageous challenge, but like I said, I had very limiting beliefs, so having something outlandish like that, why not? But it's not just about being a millionaire. If I had to go to the root of it, it's just to have pure, unfiltered freedom. And not about women, but just for self-exploration, to basically hone into myself and become the man that I truly deserve to be. Because I feel like it would be a curse for a man to die and not fully experience who he's truly destined to be. And that's what I would like to leave you guys off with. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. As a quick end off, I just want to say thank you to Iman for everything that he has done, for everything that he has taught us, and challenge accepted. I will change my life. And not to prove to anybody, but to prove to myself. And every man that watches any type of self-help content, whether it's from him, whether it's from me, or whoever, change your life for you. This is your life, and you only have one life.